In the past 3 years, millions of home buyers have purchased a home with an interest rate above 5%. And there is a massive misconception that refinancing is just as hard when you purchased your home for the first time. In this video, we're going to dive into why this is not the case, how you can use it to your advantage, and potentially refinance at no cost to save you a couple $100 or more every month. The first part of any loan is documentation. But this time it's a bit different. You're not going to be running around dealing with appraisals, home inspections, escrow, like you're not going to be dealing with all these problems that come with when you're purchasing a home. Because when you were getting your home, you probably realized, you have to get this document, you have to get that document, you have to satisfy this condition. And it can be a hassle. And it's hard because you have these deadlines and you're not able to look at all the documents, really digest it, have time to compare, compete with different lenders, and it's all around a hassle. And a massive bonus is if you're refinancing with the same lender as when you purchased your property, you're going to be able to just quickly update some of the documentation, and it should be pretty smooth sailing, especially because you probably purchased in the last 3 years. That is exactly one of the reasons why I spend the time to build relationships with my clients and not treat them as a transaction. Because at the end of the day, when they're looking to refinance, they're probably going to refinance from 7% to 6% to 5% to 4% and so on. And the better of a relationship I can build, the more they're going to trust me to help them refinance at no cost, help do the right thing for their financial situation. And from that, I'm easily able to update the documentation. It's less stress on my borrowers and just all around makes the process much easier. The next big thing is urgency. And I touched on this a second ago, but really it's extremely important to know with a refinance, you have more time. You have more time to compare rates, look at different options, understand exactly what's going on. You have more time to ask questions, review the fees. And with a refinance, there's also a rescission period. There are multiple times to rescind the loan. You're not going to lose your earnest deposit by backing out on a transaction. You have time to look at everything, digest it, and make the right decision. Now, when you're refinancing, it really should only take 4 to 8 hours of your time. And most of this time is going to be spent filling out the application, submitting the correct documentation, reviewing fees, asking questions, and signing at the end of the loan. So really, when you go for a no-cost loan, you have to weigh the variables. Is 4 to 8 hours of your time worth X dollars saved every month? And that's the question you have to ask yourself when you're looking to refinance. Because if you're doing it at no cost, where you take a slightly higher interest rate, that rebate and the money they're giving you for that interest rate covers all the costs of getting the loan. That way you're breaking even on day one. That's the only equation that matters is the amount I'm saving monthly worth the 4 to 8 hours? And if it's worth it, then you should definitely move forward with refinancing. Most lenders, they're going to tell you can't refinance again within a 6-month period. And that's because we have to pay back our commission. Now, that is, definitely a generosity and just a good thing to do to not make your guy or gal pay back their commission. But the reality is if the savings are there, don't be afraid to have that hard conversation with them. I know with my clients, if I refinance them and in 2 months rates drop, let's say another % or more, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to, pity them into not refinancing again. I'm going to help them refinance again. I'm going to break even because I'll get commission on the new deal. And that's that. And that's why we do the no cost. It's just you can scale down appropriately when the time is ready for you and rates are in a good price point. So that about wraps it up. And that's why refinancing is much easier than purchasing. So if you're interested in what a no cost refinance looks like for you, feel free to either drop a comment below, give me a follow, reach out. My phone number is in the description. I'm available all day, every day, at night. You can reach me pretty easily. So take care.